A single piece of advice that my first guest sees play out again and again. After 25 years of coaching couples, Studio 5 relationship contributor Dr. Matt Townsend has one phrase he says to almost every client he works with, and he believes it proves out the real source of peace and happiness in your marriage.
Yes.
This is the phrase you have memorized on repeat bumper stickers?
Bumper sticker. I've done it at weddings. This is the advice.
All right, give it to us. What do you find yourself saying?
Stop believing that your relationship peace and happiness comes from your partner.
Ooh.
Your peace and happiness doesn't come from your partner.
Ooh.
It comes from your principles. It comes from some higher powerful source. And weirdly, it comes from you learning to be at peace with your partner.
This is big in the sense that I'm thinking of the couples that you say this to.
Yeah.
The couples that I know you have lifted and ultimately helped save marriages through your words of advice. And they're in a mess.
They're in a mess.
They're in hard places. And they want to point fingers at the person across the table.
They're not in the mess. They're in the mess. The other person's in the mess. I'm just dealing with your mess. But the minute you frame the problem outside of yourself, that very thought is the problem.
Okay.
And you have no control over their change. You have 100% control over your change. So when you start to focus on you, how you handle what's going on, how you deal with what's happening, then you change. One of my favorite quotes is, the minute you change, things change. So the minute you change how you see your partner, things start to change. You start to get more empowered, you get stronger, you get more hope, you get more desire, drive, all this stuff you need to either stay and deal with what's going on or make changes and move and alter the future.
You believe, though, that couples shouldn't deal with potential. Like looking at this person saying, I'm going to put up with this because here's what's going to happen down the road.
You end up, there's a reality and there's an ideal. And a lot of us marry and think the ideal until it all becomes very real. And then when it's real, we have this big gap between ideal and real. So sometimes it's just better to just deal with the real, accept the real. And one of the greatest things you can do is just accept your partner for what they actually are, get to where they are, accept it, and then see how you feel about it long term. But instead of keeping your hope alive that some change is going to happen. If it hasn't happened, it probably won't unless they become the change. As long as you're the impetus for change, it's not going to change.
So put away the dangling carrot. Would you elaborate, though, a little bit more on acceptance? Because, again, these are couples, and you know, many people can relate to that position where you're looking at this person thinking, I have to accept this.
Well, and you don't have to accept necessarily their behavior, but a lot of what you have to accept is their lack of motivation, their lack of drive, their lack of, because in a weird way, if you just accept the reality, you can finally deal with it. You can't deal with a reality you'll never accept. But if this is who they are, then get clarity. If this is who you are, I just need to decide if I can handle that.
But accept it first.
And accept it. And part of accepting is not accepting all their behaviors. It's more accepting how it makes you feel. Accept the emotional drain, the pain, the stuff that's going on in you.
And we say happiness in marriage is ultimately the gift piece.
It's and in the end, because it's never perfect. Just so everybody knows, there are no perfect marriages. And anybody that thinks it's a perfect marriage probably has either dramatically earned it through a lot of difficulty or they haven't yet reached the point of earning. And so generally what all of us need to learn to do is just beautifully accept the imperfections of each other and then become the best human we can to become not perfect, but whole, complete, loving regardless.
Well said, sir. Thank you so much. Hey, I want to ask you about this. You have a new kind of event coming up. This is like you've never done anything like this before.
We're getting online. We have a program called Becoming One, and we're putting together like a 6-hour workshop in October. It's called In Sync and in Love. So it's for all these people that feel like they're fading or being drawn apart from their partner. They're losing the love. So we're going to teach you how to get in sync, get in love. It's a virtual workshop. It's literally the cost of your trip to Chick-fil-A today. It's inexpensive. So all you got to do is go to matttownsend.com. It's a 3-day event, 2 hours online a day, so 6 hours total. Tools, skills, activities for you and your partner.
It feels like a boot camp that you can do in your pajamas.
Exactly. You don't even have to leave the house. It can be your date.
That's awesome. MattTownsend.com. We'll link you from our website. Thank you so much.